Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am the Arkansas RC newbie, and I'm glad you guys are here because on today's episode, we are going to be doing a little initial newbie impressions, a little bit of unboxing on the Xtronic 3020 XTS. Now, before we get into this, guys, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Alright guys, here we go. Brand new unboxing of the Xtronic 3020 XTS. Now this is my first soldering station. I've had soldering guns before. Nothing really hobby grade, and I cannot wait to see what this thing is all about. Now we got a little receipt action here. We paid $55 for this thing. Okay, so we got a little soldering mat. We've got an instruction manual. Alright, so one of the big selling points on this soldering station, there's a lot of them out there, and I believe this one is from, well, shipped from the United States, but probably a Chinese brand. I got a little sponge there. This is one of the few models that's supposed to have a switch to switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit, and all the other ones out there don't really offer that. So this one right here, having that digital display and readout would be pretty cool. Now we've got two little helping hands here, and that's going to be very helpful, so I'm glad this came with it. It looks like a little wrench to tighten these arms on there. Alright, we've got some fine soldering wire. I mean, if you don't think it's fine, just read it right there. It says it's fine. Alright, and this is diameter 0.8 millimeters, flux 1.8, 50 grams. Alright, so we got some soldering wire. Okay, that looks like, I don't know, a little stand or something right there. Take a look at that here in a second. Now we got the little receptacle thing there that holds the soldering iron. 55 bucks. This is what you get. Alright, so nothing else in the box but the station itself, and I do have a little screw that's just kind of roaming around in there. Hopefully we find out where that goes to. Alright, so here is the soldering gun. You can see right there it's got the X-Tronic on there. And apparently whenever you turn this thing on, it's supposed to have like a 10-minute sleep timer. So I guess if it's on for longer than 10 minutes, it has a sleep timer. I don't know if you have to hit a switch or what. We'll take a look at, kind of mess around with it here in a second. Now there's the tip. Now this is the only tip that this one comes with, and it's a very small, fine tip. And we're going to be doing some soldering here in the near future, probably doing a little newbie review on this, so make sure you guys stay tuned, turn notifications on. Something that also that we did find was you can take this tip off, and it looks like they're interchangeable, so we can actually buy another tip for this model. They're listed all over eBay, and guys, we'll put some affiliate links in the description below. So this feels decent quality. I kind of like the little rubber gasket on there, if you guys can see the difference there. So we got a good little grip. I like to be maybe a little bit closer to the tip whenever I solder, but this isn't bad. I'm used to using like a Weller soldering gun at work. Alright, then we've got some flux here, some soldering tip cleaner with rosin flux. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, alright, and then you can see that down there. Pretty cool little setup here, man. It's a lot smaller than I thought. Okay, so I guess this is the digital display right there. 10 minutes of sleep, it says it right there. Okay, and then we've got our little temperature knob. And I'm not sure what this thing's supposed to go up to. We're going to test it here in a second. But this is a 75-watt soldering station. And this is what I'm very excited about. Again, man, we don't see these on the internet. But this one's got the little switch there between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So that's going to be awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the little helping arms on this thing. And then let's start putting it together how it should be. And then we're going to turn it on. Here she is. I love the size of it, man. A lot of the times you would think, just based on the pictures on the internet, that something like this would take up a whole bunch of room. And really, it's really small, and I can just put it up on a shelf somewhere. Alright, so we've got the power switch up here. Let's go ahead and flicker on. Alright, and immediately you guys can see the display there. Now it says 200 or 300. Alright, so it's running right now. Let's see what we settle at. This is the minimum heat, is 200. Okay, now we're going to go to max. Well, actually, oh, I forgot about this. Look, 200, right? There's my switch. We'll switch it over real time. And so the lowest this thing will go is 392. Remember, this thing is a 75 watt. I love that temperature display. A little weird looking at it from the side with the reflection, but hopefully you guys got a good look at it. Alright, now we're going to go to the beginning of the green, somewhere in that area. Okay, so it's looking like 575, where the little green area is, 573 area. Alright, now we're going to go about 3/4 of the way, about 775 most likely, 772, and then we'll go all the way to the max. The max is 896 degrees, or 480 degrees Celsius. Alright, so let's kick it all the way down to the lowest, because it should be nice and heated up now. It was counting down right now in the temperature, so that is really cool. If you give it a second, it's 460 because we're turning it up here, and it must have been getting hot pretty quick. And then now it's counting down back to let you know it's going back to temperature. So that is really cool whenever you don't mess with the dial. Okay, we'll do a little melt solder. You guys see that there? We're going to touch that. Alright, so it's looking like that's not even hot enough to melt that solder. I wonder if I tighten this enough. This doesn't have a minimum as far as heat goes. So we're going to turn it up to 495. Apparently 392 degrees is not hot enough to melt this solder. Alright, there we go. Now we're melting it. So that's pretty interesting. That is cool. One thing I do like about this, and be very precise as far as this tip goes, if you guys can see that, I mean, there's maybe 3 to 5 millimeters on there, possibly, that's burning the solder, that's getting hot enough on that tip. So what's interesting is it's just a tiny little spot that gets hot. So this right here is going to be perfect for some RC stuff that we're fixing to do. What I like about it was everything that was shipped with, it all fits together except for the little mat here. Like, it's all one piece. Like, I can put it up on the shelf and I'm good to go with it. The soldering station, one thing I'm big on is that display. It's nice and bright. It's blue. It's pretty cool. And again, the big selling feature on this was the 3020 XTS, the 3000 series X-Tronic soldering station. The really cool thing about this is it has that Celsius and that Fahrenheit switch. Like, that's a very big seller for me. But man, for the most part, I am a fan. I'm liking it. So, alright guys, well, that's pretty much my little soldering station I wanted to show you guys. If you guys are an RC enthusiast or just looking for a new soldering station, maybe this thing will be your next purchase. I don't know. You guys can check out the affiliate links below. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching this channel. And again, man, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. This is another Arkansas RC newbie episode. And guys, we will see you on the next one.